The Big 12 released their schedule today. This is spicy. We got a new Big 12, obviously. We've got Texas and OU out, and we've got programs joining, and so you need to use memory flashcards to try and familiarize yourself with the new landscape of college football. But you know what my biggest takeaway was? Colorado was done no favors with this new schedule they released. They play 5 of the top odds teams in the Big 12. Remember, it's January 30th right now. So we don't have over-under win totals. We don't have a preseason JP poll or an AP poll. So for very broad strokes purposes, when I mention the top teams in a conference, I am strictly looking at FanDuel, and I'm taking their national championship odds because that's a good enough metric in January to go by. Colorado plays the top 5 odds teams in the Big 12 this upcoming year. They play 7 of the top 8. Colorado was done no favors. West Virginia, they got the toughest non-conference slate here. They play Penn State at home. They go to Pitt. Penn State is the week 1 game, just like it was last year. So that's not easy. They also, at West Virginia, play 4 of the top 5 odds teams in the Big 12. So West Virginia did not get the easiest draw in the world. Now, like I told you about Syracuse in the ACC, there's always that sleeper schedule. And you know who the sleeper schedule is? Does anyone want to guess? Before I just throw it out there, does anyone want to guess? It's Texas Tech. Texas Tech and Joey McGuire. A lot of folks had high expectation for Texas Tech last year, and they probably fell short of your expectation. And that means, naturally, the follow-up year, what does everyone do? They take it personal because Texas Tech made them look dumb with their prediction. Now they're going to take it out on Texas Tech and predict them to do nothing. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here saying, this is the sleeper schedule in the entire Big 12. They avoid Kansas State. They just don't play them. They avoid Utah. They don't play them. They get Arizona after Arizona plays Utah, and they play 6 of the bottom 7 odds teams in the Big 12. Sleeper schedule, Texas Tech. They're going to deliver like TCU in years past under Gary Patterson. You expect something from them one year, and they do that exact thing. They just do it a year after you expected it. So, boom, I'm circling Texas Tech over there. How about some schedule imbalance spots? This is always fun. It's like searching for landmines on a schedule grid. Arizona at Utah in week 5. Why does this interest me? Well, Arizona's off a bye. Good for Arizona. Utah is off back-to-back road games. I don't know how conferences allow this to happen. Now, I know schedule making is difficult. I know that, guys. But when one of your premier games in a given season features one team off a bye, while another team has gone to, I forget where they go. It's back-to-back road games. That's difficult. That's a tough draw. Also, the Kansas at Kansas State game in week 9, very interesting. Kansas has a 3-week stretch that consists of a bye week, Houston at home, and then going down the road to play Kansas State. Kansas State goes to Colorado, all the way to West Virginia, and then home against Kansas. So just some things to keep note of. Am I seeing this right, Colin? Does Kansas play someone called Linwood? They play Lindenwood in week 1? Jesse, mascot check on Lindenwood, please. Nothing. Wow. Assistant producer opening here on Late Kick. Leo the Lion. The Lindenwood Lions head into Lawrence, although they're not playing their games at home this year. So where are they playing? Arrowhead? Will Lindenwood play a game in the home of the Kansas City Chiefs this upcoming year? Yes or no? Only time will tell. Utah at Kansas. Not Utah at Kansas. Utah and Kansas. Even though I just said what I said about Utah, I think they, along with Kansas, got some favorable schedule draws. Utah avoids 3 of the top 4 teams on the odds board, and also they play 4 of the bottom 5. So that back-to-back road stretch notwithstanding, Utah could have been a much more difficult arrival in the Big 12. And Kansas, I like Kansas's setup here. Kansas avoids 7 of the top 9, and they get to play Lindenwood, as noted. They play 6 of the bottom 7 teams in the odds, and they have no back-to-back road games. So, feel good about Kansas. Think Colorado kind of sort of got stabbed in the ribs with the schedule and makers. West Virginia, no favors. Texas Tech, the sleeper schedule in this entire equation.